You can keep going.
Doing it, doing it, doing it, doing it, doing it. Yeah.
What is that?
It's some old song. I'm doing it all for my baby.
Oh, okay. All right, I
And then
know.
in the end, they go back and
Oh yeah,
forth.
that's right.
He's like, doing it, doing it, doing it.
Look at you. I'm so proud of you. But All Stars Comics podcast. This is our morning shenanigans. Everybody, get ready. We're gonna jump right into the news. We're gonna do plugs at the end. Plugs at the end, aka pad style.
That's
Uh,
true. Well, it's also, I think I suggested that like from like week two. You're like, no, we need to do plugs up first. I'm like, no,
Correct. Well, I'll
the
drop them. You can look at it. Idiosyncratic Pulp and then on Instagram and your Rob Messick plus what's the
Rob
Supreme
Messick,
one?
Maximum Supreme.
Maximum Supreme. We're gonna jump right into the news. All right, here we go. Let me flop this out here. Ba, 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 ba.
So we all read Transformers 24 this week. Hopefully, we'll talk about that in the
Reviews
reviews.
day. Reviews day.
So we get some
Stay
stuff for
tuned.
Transformers 25.
Okay, real quick. Uh,
Is it real quick?
no. That story is not over. I feel like it wasn't. I don't feel like the 24 was successful. We'll talk about it on reviews day. I feel like it was not successful, in my opinion. I feel like it was a bit of a letdown, and I feel like we need this little extra because it's like, oh, we didn't fit it or something. I don't really know. Listen, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. Skybank can kind of do whatever they want. If they made 24 quadruple sized and it was like $25, people might buy it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like, but I get it. Danny Warren Johnson has never done a long form book. He does 6 issue miniseries mainly, maybe 8. I think Moon is Following Us is 9. He doesn't know how to create an ongoing series. I think it's good, but I don't.
Clearly, he just did.
It's
Like
there's
you got 23 issues of an amazing comic.
sure, but I feel
And
like
when's
there's
the
too
last time
many
you said?
things.
When's the last time you said that was 23 amazing issues of anything ever?
No, that's right. But I just feel like that it wasn't brought home correctly. I feel like we needed like probably 5 more issues, and I feel like it didn't completely do everything it needed to do in the last issue, and then we have to start 25 with like 10 to 12 pages of stuff, wrapping up even more stuff, and then it's like here's the
Hmm.
baton. You know what I
I
mean?
don't think.
I don't know if the baton is properly set up.
I almost feel like I should reread it before we talk about it because I went into it more positive than you, which is also very typical of our comics. I usually go into things more positive than you.
And I'm in a good mood. Normally, we talk about how much mood affects. I feel like I've been in a good mood. Work's insane. I like being busy. Being busier creates other busyness. You
All
know.
right.
So
So let's
anyway,
not review it now.
here's
Let's talk about 25.
right.
So we are getting more Daniel Warren Johnson, Jorge Corona artwork in Transformers 25. It's almost like a handoff. You
There's
know,
a baton.
the baton has been passed.
I couldn't really figure out the covers. Are they? Is there 6 covers,
I don't
or
know. Is
are
it
they all? No, I guess it's this. I guess it's long. Six
like
across.
it's long and it's strong and it's going to get the friction on? It's
Which?
like it's like that. Was it the Wizard Comics Image Special? Remember that
Yeah,
they had
yeah.
all the main image characters' heads drawn by their creators.
Mm,
But but you got to buy all 6 different covers here. Although
you have to.
it'd be pretty cool to get a deluxe version where it's all connected.
Right. Just do a fucking X-Men was that cover E, right? Do a cover E,
Yeah, X-Men
charge an
cover
extra two
E.
bucks. You know what I mean? Have it fold out, have it put on that. Cover E, in my opinion, is bullshit. That should not be counted as the same book. That's why
Yeah,
Superman
it's
75 is technically the highest selling. It's the big argument on akpad.com. I think he did like 20 videos on it, which
that's
is
because
correct.
AKPAD doesn't want to admit that X-Force 1 sold better than Superman 75. Death of Superman the past couple of years, all of a sudden, like, oh no, we sold 6 million copies. Never heard that before. I
Mm,
almost feel like it's fake. The number before was always, I think, between 1 and 3 million.
right,
Like
right, right.
they never really talked about the number, but all of a sudden it's 6 million, and like nobody knows. Even Dan Jurgens like, oh yeah, sure, it's 6 million. Well, he doesn't know.
Yeah,
He should know because he's Dan Jurgens.
right.
So like, so the argument better is like X Force actually might be the best selling comic because it's one comic.
Well, I'll say this about Dan Jurgens. He's like non-ego. He's got no ego. So it
So he
doesn't
doesn't
he's
care.
not mad, but I feel like between Jim Lee, McFarlane, I feel like they all of them have to boast the number. You know what I mean? Like
Those
they love
Jim
the
Lee,
egos.
McFarlane, and Liefeld, they're all like,
Yeah.
we're the best. I'm the best. Oh,
Right.
Spawn's the best selling independent. Like they got to have something,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know. Spawn's
Yeah.
the best selling independent comic.
They need to have
ever,
hugs from their parents is what they need. You understand?
dude.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but that's really cool. I dig those covers. You know,
it's
Jorge
not
Corona.
done. And also, like, do you put? I
It's not done,
feel it's not
Mark. It
done.
can't be done because it has to.
I know
25's
it's
got
an
to come
ongoing.
out.
I get it.
26 has
Got
got
it.
to come out.
What do you think the best? I think my favorite uh ending of a storyline to like fuck over the next guy to like is it was the Bendis Brubaker handoff at Daredevil. I think that was the fucking funniest. There was Daredevil in jail with the Punisher and like you know what I mean. It was like
That's the best handoff.
that's the
What
best
F
handoff.
you?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying
Okay, that's the
like
best.
it's like I'm rating you because I feel like this goes into our South Park guys, right? They talk about the not the and then they don't want to do and then they want to put them in the corner and then how do we get out of it? Like how do we get out of it? I forget exactly that. I'm chopping up that revision. I have to find that video for you. I think I meant to tell you that, sent you that a couple times, but
Mark Mark Wade claims he writes that for himself. Like he says he likes to write himself into a corner
mhm.
and then figure it out.
Yeah,
Like, but Mark Miller, he writes the ending to his comics before he ever writes the beginning. So he always is building towards that ending. So,
is here's a an Alan Moore question for you. Do you is Alan Moore the first person to basically put like the end of the well, I guess no, I guess that's more of a Silver Age thing. I feel like no, not really. I feel like the Silver Age splash pages are like here's the predicament, and then here's how we got there, and then it's resolved. But I feel like Alan Moore a lot of times would just put like the end in the beginning and then how we got there, but put the total end at the beginning. You know, I don't know. We could do a whole thing on that. Let's keep it
we,
in the news though. Keep it in
yeah.
focus. Focus in. Space goes focus. I can't. I don't know. Anyway, more Tron variant covers. I saw another tiny clip of Tron this week, and I'm like, and the music looked cool, and I'm like, I'm still
Oh
like, what the
yeah.
fuck is this movie about? It's
When is
October.
that? Is it October?
Yeah,
October
but
what?
8th,
Like,
I
oh,
believe.
what's that? That's New York weekend for us.
Yeah. It's my
Am I gonna
girl
go?
birthday weekend. I'm like, hey, you want to go see Tron for your birthday? We can go to the 40X and get sprayed with water and shit. You
That's
know,
fun.
I don't think she wants to do that. So
You can get blinded with laser pointers in your eye.
pretty sure that's not as be my suggestion. But want another robe. So I'm such a good boyfriend. Anyway, Tron Ares. Yeah, these are one. I think we covered this before. I think I even had the Mahmood in this. I don't remember seeing this one. Merca, it's a boring Paco Medina. Like if you're gonna redo it, is that a different Spider? Yeah, it's a slightly different Spider-Man costume, but I would just would want to see. I can't see it. I can't see it. You know, these are just
I
kind
don't.
of not done. This is like
I
this is just a this doesn't have to be a Tron Ares cover. This is just it's just what's her name's Laura Kenny's
Yeah.
it's X-23.
I don't think anyone really sat aside and went, "This is what I really want to do." Like you want to see Ghost Rider on a Tron cycle. That's what you want to see.
Yeah, the
Like,
Hulk one I think was. I don't think I didn't put that in there. So uh there's Hobby working both sides, working everywhere.
yeah, that's how you make money.
This was a little video that they had at the Shanghai Marketing Expo. It was, I guess, drone video thing. It was okay. And then this was on, I think, one of the buildings there. So
Yeah, I've seen a better picture since. I mean, it looks cool. It's Doctor Doom,
there's Doctor Doom. He's got wacky shit in there. What's that? He's got little carpets. He has little Oriental carpets in there.
or they look like the back of cards, like
Yeah, yeah.
a
Back of
deck of
trading cards.
cards. Yeah.
I almost thought
Um,
I almost thought that had a four in it when I first saw it.
it's very weird because it's like your brain goes to four or Nazi
Yeah.
symbol, and it's neither, of
That's
course.
like a star. Like so it's a unless that's just the angle
But I
that
do
I'm not
like the
seeing it.
chainmail look.
Yeah.
Like that's cool. That separates it from like just being Silver Iron Man.
Yeah, I did see a Channing Tatum interview because he's promoting some movie and I tried to trap him and he wouldn't. But apparently he's been on the set a bit and he says it's trippy. It's very close to what it was on Wolverine Deadpool. He's like, because I'm like cosplaying. He's like, I'm not a character that was ever in anything. And I'm looking over there, and then there's, and I've seen, he says, I've seen, and I was on, I think he might have been on one of the Deadpool sets. He said, I saw Ryan in the outfit before, but then Wolverine comes out, and then Blade comes out, and then Jennifer Garner comes out. He's like, holy shit. He's like, this is this times 10. He's like, so, And then he kind of asked me, he's like, "You have more to do." He's like, "I have more to do." And he's like, "So you have a significant role?" He's like, I'm stop talking. I'm going to stop talking. So I just don't know how
Yeah,
they're going to do the movie.
I did hear him say he's less of a joke, like the accent's there, but he's playing it down a little bit.
Right. Well, it's all tone, you know. I can't
Yeah,
wait for it. I was the last person. I think it's funny. That's probably the longest discourse I've had where I'm like, "Fuck that. That's a bad idea." Like, you know what I mean? Like for the amount of time, like what was it, 10 years, 15 years that they were trying to make that happen.
yeah,
And every time I was like, I don't want that. No, thank you. And then it was awesome. It was jawsome.
it was Jocelyn.
37-year Diamond Kills previous catalog, lays off staff. Now I know most of these people. I know a bunch of these people. I know Marty Grosser. I know a couple of Steve Leaf, I think was already let go. So this is kind of a bummer. You know what I mean? Look, I feel just it's a mess. That being said, it just seems like money is all over the place. And there was a report last week. I think we stopped kind of covering some of this because some of it just seems to get more and more ridiculous. That Diamond is like countersuing publishers now. It's like,
They're suing everyone who sued them over, rightfully so, like getting their product back. Now
yeah,
he's suing them for some reason. Like they're like, oh, you guys can't sue me, so I can sue you. It's a really weird lawsuit.
I don't
It's like
understand
it's
it.
like
Yeah, should be
it's like
thrown
no,
out.
you got their stuff. Send them back their stuff.
Yeah, and there was a couple other things where they overspent on lawyer stuff, and all of it seems horrible, horrible. So, uh, Youngblood launch full beast mode, retailer exclusive conversion. Is conversion spelled right there?
Uh,
Converdon?
Gonna be a Don. Covergeddon, Mark. It's
Cover.
Covergeddon.
Ah,
Get
that's
it? Like
hey,
Armageddon.
that's on brand for me, baby. Amalgam
You are on brand for
on brand. On Mark on brand on Mark brand. Mark
Mark.
brand.
Can read, but when it's a new word, he struggles.
Unless I hear it, I don't know what it says. That was one of our first conversations. I'm like amalgam, and you're like it's amalgam. And I'm like never said that word, never heard that word
So
before.
we're all guilty of that.
Yeah, yeah, that's all right.
Um, so Youngblood's coming out in November, and through Image themselves, they have like 10 different covers.
Yeah,
Really
I'll pop
cool.
through them. Here we go. That's it.
But what Mark's showing right now, are retailer incentives, and 27 stores have signed on for retailer incentives, which is
Yeah,
amazing. This cover,
this was the only
um,
one that was like that is actually finished. Feels like everyone is not finished.
this one is sold out.
Wow.
So yeah, Jim Rugg doing an homage to Absolute Batman. It's great using a compound bow. Like that's funny. That's the first.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at that. He has
Great.
strings on that bow.
He doesn't have strings in the bow because it's just some type of like
It's a
magic.
photonic,
Yeah.
whatever.
This is Riley Brown.
Right.
Maybe not
Not
Riley Brown.
or Ryan Brown or
REI.
yeah.
Not
Still cool. It's cool looking.
who's the guy that
Neat.
does is it Ryan, not Ryan Brown E. It was different than
Uh,
Ryan Brown. There's
oh
too
my
many
goodness.
Ryan Browns. Too many Riley
Yeah.
Browns. Too many Riley, you know.
Too many close names.
Yeah,
And
so
then
let's
Scotty Young debuted his official cover for the
yeah, these that's official. That's exclusive. That's exclusive.
that's
That's
exclusive.
Midtown. Okay.
Yeah.
Comics
Liefeld cover
inspiration.
is interesting because it's almost like a different take on his original cover for the direct to market or direct to consumer cover. Kind of neat.
Yeah, this was disappointing. Last night I was trying to like dig for them, you know, and gathering the news. But I clicked through all these. Some of these websites are not active. I could buy one of these domains if I wanted to. Like so there was a lot of bad shit here. Top Shelf? Is
PCB.
that top? Oh, that's Top Shelf Store, right?
Oh yeah.
It's not
And
Top Shelf, Top Shelf.
PCB Hobby is Panama City Beach. I went to that store.
Mhm.
Um, I was really disappointed. Like I saw they had exclusive covers. They didn't have like barely any comics.
Oh, I
There
think
was
you
a
told
lot
me
of
that. Yeah.
I did, but like I just saw Marat Michaels was down there. Somebody else was just down there, and now they have a Liefeld exclusive cover. Or no, they have Sejad Shah. I'm not familiar.
No.
Actually, I think he did a Battle Beast cover for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, Panama City Beach.
To
I guess
text
they
my
just
brother, where's the 616, baby?
that's one of the things that crossed my mind.
Where's it at?
What is the buyout here? What do you have to buy? 500 copies?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's a 500 to 1,000. I'm not sure. You
DC
know.
used to do 2,000. I think Marvel was 2,000, and then it went down to 1,000. And I think Absolute Batman went down to 500. That's why you had so many Absolute Batman retailer exclusives. And I think this is more than Absolute Batman.
Right,
So
right.
maybe there's a lower number. Maybe it's 200.
I'm trying to think. Well, no, he had a Battle Beast. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's weird. I'm not too sure if his image. I don't. My brother would have no nostalgia for Youngblood. He was out by then. He was with women at that point, I think. So,
So were we.
yeah, kind of.
Yeah, but your brother was like, he's what, 2 years older than you? Oh
No, it's like three, almost four, 3.5 years older than me.
my God. So Image came out when you were 14.
Mhm.
So he would have been like an adult.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like 17 going on 18. I like this one. I think this one's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, Jeff Monk. I've heard that name before. I didn't
I don't
go
know.
see why I knew him. But
I'm
you
a
know
big
what?
fan of this. I think this looks great. I think that looks really nice.
No, it does. It looks good because it shows the thickness of Bad Rock's shoulders, like how
Yeah,
thick that dude is.
give me that
I
thick
know.
shoulder.
Yeah, thick rock. And
What's his two names? Let's see if you know his two names. What's his
it's
two names?
Thomas John McCall and Billy Kingsley.
Yeah, which one's the real one?
I think Thomas John McCall.
And then the other one was on the card. Is that
Yeah,
right?
one yeah. Because I think the mother calls him like Thomas John McCall. Come eat your green slime.
It's funny. I guess that was just such a fun. It was such a gimmick. When I saw Ryan from Nerd Mall at Chud, quadruple plug, quadruple name drop
That
there.
that sentence makes no sense.
When I saw
Nerd Mall, I
Ryan,
know.
the
Nerd
owner
Mall
of
is a comic
Nerd
store,
Mall in Woodbury, New Jersey, at
right?
Chud, which
Which is
Frankenstein comic runs also
Chud
technically
is a is
Woodbury.
a is a convention where what's
Comics
it?
here under $1.
Yep, it's an acronym. Not
Uh,
cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers,
nope, that's a different thing.
which has a young John Goodman.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah,
Hmm,
he's like a
inter
cop in that.
interesting. Um, but Ryan from he gave me it was just he just like grabbed an extra comic and I bought stuff and he just threw it on top and it was a Wildcats one. I'm like, I already have Wildcats one, and I open it up. I do not have this Wildcats one because it's a
Yep,
different card, and I don't know if
yep,
I knew that ever. There are different cards in there. There's
yes.
two different Spartan cards.
It's
Well,
like
it's
one Spartans,
Spartan and Voodoo.
right?
One Spartan full body. Next one is like a facial.
Yep,
And then another one is Voodoo facial, and then Voodoo full body.
yeah.
Anyway,
So I knew that,
there we go.
but
Just put that in a
I'm
short.
I'm I'm
You know what I mean?
ridiculous. Yes, but make that a real.
I got a reel and a short. Um, I don't like. Okay, first off, Bleeding Cool, fuck off. Like, don't. I know you got a paper copy of this, but just stop putting stuff out because there was a thing spoiled today, which I think I didn't want to know. So don't
I,
go on.
I I agree with you. Something got spoiled for me, and I'm like, I would have liked to have read that in the comic.
Yeah, that would have been
Oh,
really
and you know
fun.
what? It's worse. It goes spoiler, such and such happens, and you're like, wait a minute, so
It's the
why would you
complete
tell?
spoiler.
Why
It's
would
the
you? Yeah, you,
complete
you put
spoiler.
it.
Yeah, and then you click on it, and then you get the name. And I'm just like, okay. Yeah, just it's okay. I can't wait for it to be over. I have no idea still why it's called Deadpool Batman. It seems like the more and more I see about it, everything except the Deadpool Batman is interesting in my opinion.
I
It's
I heard that last night. Someone got paper copies, and they're
Oh
like,
yeah,
yeah, everything's great. I love this. I love that. I
except
think.
for the main story,
No,
which
I don't think the
is
main story sucks. It's just meh.
the main story is who again?
It's Greg Capullo and Zeb Wells.
Oh yeah, that's right. Zeb Wells. I knew it was just boring.
I think the Mark Bagley cover. Go back for a second. The Mark Bagley cover is actually foil.
Oh shit.
The original one, not foil where I wanted, but foil. Rumor that I heard, they're doing another Marvel DC crossover. This is hot. This might be real. The next one they're doing is Superman Spider-Man, celebrating the 50th anniversary of the first crossover.
Okay, see that
The
makes sense.
Yeah,
I
the
I
first
never
Superman
wanted Deadpool in
Spider-Man.
this. I never wanted Deadpool in this to be,
This is an appetizer.
yeah.
So Superman Spider-Man, it's the 50th anniversary next year. It came out in 1976, also the year I was born. So guess what? I'm turning 50. Yay.
Hey,
But for turning 50, I get a cool Superman Spider-Man. Now, are you gonna put out that Treasury Edition? Probably. Oh my God, are they gonna make a foil version of that Treasury Edition? I'll shoot
yes.
myself in the head because I already want it.
I've seen it. I've seen foil treasury for Hattush.
Yeah,
Hattush.
yeah. They get damaged real bad though. Like they get dinged. Like the
Yeah.
one I was looking at, like the spine gets bent. So you got to make it something like better.
Yeah, weird thing
So
you said yesterday we were on the phone. Um, you said that the Action Comics 29,
23.
23,
Yes.
which it was a golden age. They printed it in So modern or Silver Age to modern.
Let's see
Why
if I
they
can
do?
do this. Let
Why
me
they
see.
do
I
that?
can do this. Okay.
Let's do
So
this.
I have Golden Age size Action Comics 1 Superman 1 foil.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a recent obsession of mine. I love it. So Action Comics 23 comes out, and it is modern size. You can see it's clearly small.
But
Why?
then
This is
there
a
would
gold.
be gutters up top and bottom. That's why whenever they did Golden Age stuff, reprints in the 70s, like Black Magic and shit like that, so you'd have like 5 pages of a Kirby and then a bunch of old shit. They always had to put, or even on 100 page giant, 100 page spectaculars or 80 page giants. If you had a reprint in the back, you had to put a little gutter top. Yeah, you would say what it was or something. It would say like, Superman 80 page giant, blah blah blah, blah, because the Golden Age proportions are going to be off. So is that just gutter in that? Is there just gutter up top and
It
bottom?
looks they try to minimize it as much as they can.
Because they can go
So
full, they can bleed out a little more in
yes,
modern day printing. So
yeah, printing today's better. So yeah, I don't know why. Like I guess it's just. I mean,
maybe
and they
maybe it
even
was a money thing. They know they're not going to make as much money.
yeah, but they still charge less. Like the
Oh,
two bigger ones are like 12.99, and the
yeah.
smaller ones 9.99.
Are you sure?
But
Because they
yeah,
don't have. Do they have retails on there?
not on the
They.
front cover.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Don't worry about opening up. Because I felt like
Yeah.
when I bought the Superman for you, I feel like that went. I feel like that was 9.99. So
It had a $13 sticker on it, which is just 1 penny more than the 12.99 actual
all
they
right.
what they were charging.
That's fine. That's not like. See, I don't like when they do that when stores do that, and because I think I even mentioned. No, that's right. Yeah, because I mentioned to Derek at Heroes plug. Is that Mount Holly, New Jersey?
Yeah.
But when I mentioned Derek, I was like, oh, is that, he's like, I don't mark it up. I'm like, that's nice. He's a
And
good.
did he give it to you in a bag and board so the
Yep.
foil doesn't get smudged?
Yep.
The action one,
For a penny then, right? It's like
yeah,
a discount. It's like a
the
discount.
action comics 23 that I just got actually came in like a paper bag stapled to it. Like it was printed that way. Like so of course I just rip off the paper bag, but it kept the foil, I guess, nice, no
Oh,
scratches in
right.
shipment.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
That's the way the sketch covers are coming now, is they're doing like so because they know that people might draw on it. So it can get messed up before people draw on it.
oh,
So
so they're shipping it
they're
with a
shipping it with
paper bag.
that little paper, yeah, over
Yeah,
top of it, which is pretty cool.
it is cool. And one day it's not going to be. If I went and got this graded, is it now no longer a 9.8 because I ripped off the paper?
Yes.
Yes, it's like opening up a bad comic, I guess.
I don't believe any of the. I don't believe in the grading.
I don't either.
Don't cough in your books, bro.
No, it probably looks cool, but
I
like
never. I think I hate it. I always hate it. I
I
always
like
hated it.
no, I don't own any, and
Nope.
I'll never own any.
No. Although I feel like sometimes I'll look at something online and they'll have someone graded it and it's cheaper, and I'm like, like you know what I mean? Like, and I'm just like, I'll just smash it so I can get my Conan. There was like a Conan book that I was looking at, and I was like, I'm pretty sure this is cheaper if I bought it like this. Anyway, second print watch, baby. So print watch. That's Joe Mad, I guess. So just Virgin. That's pretty fun. I like that.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
yeah.
Uh,
Joe Mad's pretty excited. Like I think it was first brought up to him. Of course, he's going to come back for Jeff Loeb and getting that artist to do the book. Is it Simone
Simone
DeMeo?
DeMeo. Yeah, it impressed me more than I've been kind of crapping. I feel like I'm trying to think who wrote the Simone DeMeo stuff in Brave and the Bold. The first time I saw Simone DeMeo, and luckily Simone DeMeo is busier, so is not going to be drawing the covers for Batman and Robin, the Phil Kennedy Johnson one. Because I felt like the covers were just, they looked and they were coming out as Brave and the Bold was ending. Brave and the Bold, which should never call it, it was Batman Brave and the Bold. It should never have been called that because it was not a team up book. Number one, number two, it was just like an anthology book. But
Right.
the first 5 or 6 issues had a Simone DeMeo art. I don't remember who wrote it. I think it was kind of flat. I don't know if it was Williamson. It just wasn't that great. It just didn't. It just
It should have just been called like Batman semicolon
Batman
Gotham Tales.
Gotham stuff. Yeah, exactly. So, but I was actually super impressed with how good I liked this Age of coming up in reviews
Yeah,
day,
we'll talk about it in
everybody.
reviews day.
Um, so this is the same cover, just this is gray. So a second print for Batman one. Pretty cool. That's okay. That's okay. I feel like I would have done a second. I would have done maybe a different. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I would have done differently on this. Maybe gray the DC there. I guess it's enough. We'll talk about that in reviews day. I do like this Dan Mora. I think that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Dan Mora and Jimenez have very similar styles. I don't remember if it has this. I do like that kind of drawing. Like it's like he's putting it on, and I love this. This is really fun. That's fucking awesome.
Who is this?
That's Jimenez.
Is
It's
that
not signed, but
that's him?
it's
Okay.
yeah, it's definitely
It's very it's like him like pulling a little bit of like Barry Windsor Smith, I think. When you
it's
pull back, it looks it. I mean, not when you look at it up close, but like
it's
it's
funny.
cool.
He has like a bat like a gaming chair. I think the design of this. Listen, there is the simplistic design, the all in whoever like the fact that Jimenez. This is probably the first artist to well, besides Steranko. Steranko created the modern X-Men logo, the logo that's the bent logo.
right.
That's him, and that's never really stopped. Okay. But this is probably the first artist who has done the last three, the last, at least the last, at least the last revision before this. I think when Zarsky came on, I think he did that logo as well. So interesting. Yeah. Kind of a really, really solid. Um, we'll get into this kind of. So they're canceling. So on Batman Day, they're canceling this 2025 special edition, which is going to have a Gotham sampler, which is going to have pages from Batman 1, Red Hood 1. Now, I remember when this person got hired. So Gretchen Fletcher Martin was fired this week because of the Charlie Kirk incident. Put up a bunch of blue skies. Blue sky is new Twitter, liberal Twitter. Yeah, is that how you describe that?
Yeah, I would describe it like that. It's not I
Because
mean not just liberal, but the people who don't like Musk,
yeah, okay.
you know.
Um,
Because there's certainly conservatives who don't like Musk as well. So people just left.
when
And it seems to be people really like it.
yeah,
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
so listen, in cancel culture are big. The awestruck concept that we talk about here, the awestruck comics, like I feel like philosophy we've had over the last almost year. Um, uh, I feel like what we dislike is that they're in comic books as a collaborative medium, other people are getting paid involved. So while this person is writing the book, the artist is as a pencil inker gets paid twice, possibly Spokes is coloring, so that's three, letter, editor, assistant editor. So you have six other jobs basically,
Right.
right?
At least.
So if you're a public figure and you have an opinion that you think may affect your employment, just as I have to sign something, every year when I get a new handbook, they update social media guidelines. I have to sign something that I could get an ethics clause and I can get fired from my finance job if I go on to whatever. I go on CNN as a financial analyst and I just make a bunch of crazy shit. Can't do that. Like, what I mean? There's certain things that I can't do in my job. I feel like something should be in the and it may be in the contracts here. This person may or may not. But you're also and you said yesterday because I said, well, is Jeff Spokes getting paid? Is you said yeah, they're probably paying them out.
Yeah, they all get paid. Hopefully they get paid full rate and not like a kill fee. But what
Yeah,
they're losing out on is collection fees and trades and
collection royalties, correct. If
digital. Like, did it get taken down digitally? I don't know.
oh, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. But here's every store was given an opportunity if you want to just return it, they may either just refund you or just I don't know.
That's I almost feel like that's like a step too far. Like return, like you already bought the book, people want it. I don't know if it's good or not. I didn't jump on it right away.
Well, I wanted to look at it because I feel like Jess Spokes is really good. So I understood it, but when it first was announced, Western Thinking Critical, a great YouTube channel, went in and said they hired this person. Did anyone vet this person? There was a lot of kind of
I don't actually know her.
updating. Yeah, it was a lot of. There's a novel coming out, I believe, this week. So
Okay.
maybe this was planned. She's like, you know what? I don't know, and because she like doubled down on it, like doubled down on the whole
On her
story.
opinion.
Yeah,
Right.
which was basically that I think the actual tweet or whatever it was, new tweet was, I hope the bullet's okay, right? Something like that. Yeah, hope the
Her
bullet's
her
okay.
opinion is her opinion, and that's where it probably should have stayed. Like if you want to do comics, there's a lot of people in comics who have varying opinions, and they don't really put it in the some people put it in the comics slyly, some people don't. But like the comics are for everybody.
Mm.
Michael Jordan says Democrats and Republicans both buy my sneakers.
Yeah.
Why would I
Yeah.
stop that? Like, well, and why would she do this? If her opinion is more valuable to her, if her opinion is more valuable than doing comics, then that's her. Maybe her novel is very her point of view, and that's fine. You do
Right.
what you
That's
want to
her
do.
audience. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
But like when you say stuff like that, you got to know you're going to rile up people, and that may affect you,
I
no matter what side you're on.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
almost wonder if this was almost like maybe it wasn't. Of course, I don't believe it would have been planned per se, but I feel like let me stir up the controversy. I don't care if I get paid for 6 issues of this book, but I might sell more books next week. Do you know what I mean? Like I almost feel like it's help. It could help her, you know, actual book sales, which I hope it doesn't. DC did comment. We place the highest value on our creators and community and affirm the right to a peaceful individual expression on personal viewpoints, posts, or public comments. Reviews promoting hostility or violence are inconsistent with DC standards of conduct. Okay, ethics clause. Now that's okay. That's fine. It wasn't, but here's the biggest thing. So to go back to Wes and Thinking Critical, he ran a story when it first was announced, saying like they shouldn't hire this person. This person had these it was like anti JK Rowling stuff, and then it was like almost like and then it was a bunch of Palestine stuff. I don't think I pulled that stuff, but this week Comics Journal, because Comics Journal is going to grab the interview quickly. Comics Journal grabbed her, says I have no regrets in what I said about Kirk. I think there was something else that was in here too as well. As soon as you hire me, going to get between 5 and 100 of the craziest people you met in your life, screaming for my head or yours. Okay. Like that she said. So she warned, okay, so she warned the editor at the time that I'm controversial. So again, you got to do your due diligence. You got to vet out,
right,
just as
right.
like, I don't even understand how the James Gunn ever got fired. No one vetted James Gunn's old tweets, and who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Like, it were all clearly, it
They were
wasn't,
said they were said to offend in a humorous way.
yeah,
Although
it
I've never
was.
gone back and read them, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they're
I
just
never cared.
Yeah, I
Listen,
don't know.
I've
Warner
said
Brothers Discovery. Speaking of Warner Brothers, uh,
I am not happy about mergers because what mergers does is it makes the pool smaller for actors and writers, and you can't use one company against the other. Do you know what I
hmm.
mean? Like, it's not great. Like, can Warner Brothers stand on its own? I don't know. Like, you would think they could. They had definitely had a good movie year. This was a really good Warner Brothers movie year.
Is it?
From from Sinners to Superman and Minecraft, yes,
Yeah, I would say. Well,
it's their better. It's a better year for them than past years. And
Minecraft.
HBO,
Yes, I feel like Superman. I don't know if they made money on Superman. To be honest
125
with you,
million.
I don't think so.
Yes,
I feel
that's the new
like
number.
that's not enough. That's not a lot. That's not a lot of money. That's not a lot of money in comparison to how much was
It's
spent.
it's a lot of money knowing you're building something new. Like it's like they probably went into the saying, there's a chance we could lose money. We're putting 225 million plus, merchandising or not merchandising plus that marketing on this
Listen,
movie.
you got to make a room where you can charge the robots in the Fortress of Solitude. You got to fucking make that
You
room.
were dying on that hill, man. You love it.
It's so stupid. It's so fucking stupid.
He probably thought it was going to be a scene, and then when he did the movie, he's like, "We don't need this.
You
We
just
want to make this 2 hours. Is there a 2.5 hour cut where you get the charging room mark? Yeah, I think you'll be happy.
Where's Rick McCallum? Like if you watch the old Star Wars things, people would go into his office and kind of fight for shit, and he'd be like, no, like you need a no man, you need a no man, like not you have yes men, you had no men creatively for Lucas, and I don't think you can. That being
Did we
said,
just have this conversation?
yes,
Okay, I
we're
was like,
having
wait
it
a minute,
on
this sounds
air.
familiar to me.
We're having it
Yes,
on air. We're doing it
and
live.
that's exactly we were talking about. We were talking about that. Like, say he needs a no man. He needs someone who's and it's someone who's got to be creative. Like, he can't.
Thunder
Everyone
Agent's
looks up
no
to him.
man, no man.
Everybody Everybody looks up to Gunn because he's the creative genius, but you need someone who's like almost creative as him, being like, "Yeah, that sounds good." Didn't you say Drew Goddard like kind of looks at everything too?
Yeah, he's got a couple creative friends. Drew Goddard killed the "you're a pussy" line. So what does he say to Superman when he comes down? You're a wimp or something like that. I forget. Again, not a memorable line. Apparently, they did test screenings where Guy Gardner comes in the first time he actually talks to Superman after they kill the kaiju. He says you're a pussy or something like that, and it's a big fucking laugh, and they cut it out of the movie. And I was like, like, we're just it's a little too. I would have liked that line because I feel like that would have put us back in the '80s where you were allowed to fuck, right? I think
Yeah.
in Breakfast Club, you know what I mean, Monster Squad, like you had one fuck, use it wisely. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
just do that because Superman's not PG, correct? It's PG-13,
I
I
feel like
believe.
it is.
Yeah, so you can get a fuck. Give me a
Well,
fuck.
but it was a kids
Give
movie
me a
too.
fuck. Give me a fuck. Is what I'm saying. All
I
right.
know. You're always saying
Um,
that.
Now this even going back a little bit further. This is the
Now
Ellison.
we're explicit content. Great
Yeah,
job, Mark.
that's correct. Like, not made for kids. Paramount Skydance, but isn't this part of the Trump payoff where they paid off like or Trump, they sued
They
Trump sued so they can
Trump
say,
sued.
okay, I need you to fire Colbert, please, and then they said okay, or not renew, um, and show me the books. Never saw the books. Again, I don't think they would have
It's
been losing that much money.
There's a lot of crappy stuff going on. So
Yeah,
Skydance acquires Paramount Plus because they basically paid off Trump to do that. So now they're going after Warner Brothers, which is like too much in my book. Like, but they're not the only ones. Like this article doesn't say it, but Netflix is also going after Warner Brothers.
right, right, right.
So like if everything's for sale, like I would rather see NBC Universal acquire Warner Brothers. Honestly, I wanted Apple to get Paramount. I thought that would have been a great fit.
Yeah, I don't know if Apple. I don't know what Apple's strategy is. I feel like they put out these movies that are just they're fine.
Yeah, but their TV shows are good.
Yeah, but
There's
I think their TV shows could. Well, I guess so. Yeah, I mean, no one greenlit Severance. You know, so I get that.
Apple, people compare Apple to HBO at its height. The Apple TV shows, for the most part, I'm not saying all of them because I don't watch all of them, but the shows they put out are like good HBO shows of the past. That's the way people can kind of say it. So I don't know. I don't kind of want this. Let's say Skydance gets it. So now it's Skydance, Paramount, Warner Brothers, Discovery. What a mouthful.
Yeah, it's like
Go
XM,
ahead.
XM Sirius, Pandora. Because they bought all the shit.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll see. I guess the only thing when this first came out, I guess the biggest thing was is like, is James Gunn fired? Like that was the clickbait on that, and I'm just like, I don't know if that's in the conversation just yet. So
James Gunn
clickbait.
has a solid listen. Just because your company gets bought out doesn't negate contracts.
Yeah,
Otherwise
yeah, yeah.
otherwise Disney would have stopped paying Liefeld years ago. But
Right.
they can't.
They can't.
You know,
Which
they
is the
can't.
reason why there's no new IP. Just don't
Yeah,
make it. You can't make a new
which is
character.
crazy. Which is crazy. Like it's so petty. Like we don't want new characters because we don't want to pay residuals. Like, but then you're losing
Right.
out on all that money that character could possibly make. Everything can't be derivative.
I
You
don't think
know.
Tinian, like what's funny about that is like I don't think Tinian gave a shit. And Tinian's Batman, he created like six characters, and I like kind of all of them. You know what I mean? Like Clown Hunter and fucking like, and I didn't
Ghost
really, yeah. I
guy.
just thought I just thought the ones he created were fun. They were like, it was kind of just pushing like Akira influence in, and it was cool. Like it was just like, yes, okay, cool. That was our generation. So just do that. Speaking of pushing characters in, I feel like Rucka went at the time because Rucka is Sasha Bardot is it's a Rucka character, and for whatever reason she's Spanish now. That seems like a very French name. No, I don't know. It is a French name.
Um,
Bordeaux. It's not a Spanish lady. Is what I'm saying. I'm saying that it could be anyone that they cast. It didn't have to be Sasha Bordeaux on fucking Peacemaker. It's
listen,
just a name.
listen. The names in on that show don't matter. Like, I
Yeah,
thought John Economos was like Economos. What a weird last name. That's not a real person. There's a real John Economos. That's
yeah.
one of Ostrander's friends.
It's right.
Otto Bio is like his mother-in-law or somebody. It's like
Mhm.
it's a real like these names are terrible, but they're all names that he knows.
Right, 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 right.
So Sasha Bordeaux, good name,
Yeah,
French, but a Spanish person could still be raised in France. There were
no,
still French colonies, you know.
you're digging,
Isn't there like Caribbean islands that were French?
you're
You know,
stretching, stretched out, bro.
that's the
No,
truth, Mark. This is all truth. This is I know
I don't go for the
geography.
truth. I'm just saying that
Geography, what's that?
I'm just saying no, but I'm saying like the character is this blonde, is this blonde. I guess you don't need another blonde chick. Yeah, you don't need another blonde. Then
You don't.
then you make it. Then you make just that. You make it's Montoya or fucking who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like you make there's enough characters that it doesn't have to be. He doesn't have to pull a character. He can create a new character. He did it with Flory. That's not a character. That's just Tim Meadows. You know what I mean? Like you don't. It didn't have to be Sacha Bordeaux. That's my only. That's my
Is
only
it
argument.
is it not a character?
It's not a character. It's a new
Did you look
character.
that? All right.
It was on the podcast this week when Tim Meadows was on, and they talk about that's a brand new character. So anyway, Greg Rucka was complaining about, and look, I understand the depression. I do. So he was on Word Balloon this week. Greg Rucka, writer of Detective Comics for a really great Detective Comics run,
Right.
great Batman run, a lot of great stories in No Man's Land.
Two
Um,
different Wonder Woman runs.
yeah, he doesn't like. He even kind of talks about he doesn't like his second Wonder Woman run in a way. He likes his
Because that's
first.
new. That's new 52.
Yeah, he was hired back basically, but um, yeah, it was toxic. He says that Dan DiDio and Jeff Johns calling them bad actors. DC is abusive and manipulative. I know some of this stuff. Um, so this is kind of tough. You know what I mean? He nearly took his life in 2009. And I guess it's really hard. I wonder how much money was it that, you know, like because his wife is Jen Van Meter. I wonder how much money they make. They don't. I believe they don't have kids. They live in Portland, so they, like it's. I wonder
Have
how
you
much money you needed.
have you ever met Greg
Can you
Rucka?
quit? No, that's surprising, right? I was a big fan. I actually read
Is he a
word
big dude?
novels.
I think he said he was a bouncer at one point.
Yeah,
Which
he was in security, and a lot of his books. The main character, God, I almost have his name in my head. I read like 5 books of this one main character, and it was like a bodyguard, and it was all like detail. It was pretty cool. And he used some of that stuff in Queen and Country. He used some of that stuff with I even believe Sacha Bordeaux was a bodyguard. That was Bruce Wayne's bodyguard. That was Lucius hired. Maybe it was Lucius. I don't know. Anyway, I guess the big thing is just and because it's a weird comeback that he came back to DC to do this book, to do a heist book, which is completely inconsequential. So I don't know what this is. Maybe it's a soft way back in. I think it's
it
really
could be.
weird.
It could be.
He is finishing up Lazarus, which I'm just waiting until it's done. Then I can kind of do the whole thing. I
You
have a
know,
Lazarus trade, the first like storyline signed by Lark, but that's
I've
come
heard
out
bad
over the
things.
last like 15 years.
I've heard bad things about Dan Didio in the past. And Jeff Johns, like it really bugs me because I'm such a fan of Jeff Johns' writing. And the two times I met him, super nice guy, really wanted to talk to you,
Mhm.
really had good conversations with him. But to hear like he's kind of shitty, at least to Rucka, like really bothers me. Like he had all these people follow him to Ghost Machine.
Mhm.
So I don't maybe it's just the way he treated Rucka.
Yeah, well, he was in a different position at the time, so I feel like he it was because was he publisher at that time or
Yeah,
co-publisher?
but
I
calling
feel
him
like
like
Jim Lee is always, kind of put himself in a certain spot where he Jim Lee's not non-offensive. You know what I mean? I feel
he
like he's almost
yes, and he does not
wimpy.
take positions. He's very smart to avoid that stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But Jim Lee's a shark. Don't ever forget that.
Oh shit, I heard a Jim Lee story this week about someone was in an elevator with Jim Lee, and they had to go do a panel at San Diego. And inside the freight elevator, I think it was San Diego or Chicago, is a McFarlane drew a Spawn or something like that, and he just stared at it the whole time. And then when he came back, like the handlers put up, or they either blocked it off or they covered it, and then Jim Lee on the other side drew like something on the other side.
Of course he
And
did.
yeah,
The
so
competitive nature
I
of these
do.
guys.
Yeah, I do understand. That's why when we were talking about earlier about Jurgens, like Jurgens is just a different generation. Grew up working under like Mike Grell, worked under a lot of the like apprenticed into the industry, so doesn't have that much of an ego. Was is happy to do the work. Really, I think that's what I always feel like with Jurgens. He's happy to do the work. He's not chasing the money. He's
Right.
happy to do the work. So I feel like that's. I still would love to. We need to see if we can interview Jurgens and just talk about what happened on Spider-Man, please. Like, just tell me what happened. like
Right.
real for realties. Like, and he might not, but he's not working for Marvel, like so, like, and same thing here. Like Rucka probably he couldn't really talk about this stuff at the time, you know. So good. What you almost said something. Did someone call? Was there like a name he called him? It's not in this article.
What?
I didn't listen to this
Or,
interview. Did like Jeff Johns call like Rucka something? Like a bad name or something? I thought you
I
were
don't
about
know.
to say that.
I didn't listen to the interview either. I just said no that Rocca just called in this what I just read that he called him manipulative
Hmm.
and a liar. I was like, what?
A liar.
I know.
So what are we doing here? We're doubling down on the Doom stuff. So you have almost a year-long storyline with the Marvel, the One Nation Under Doom. Was that One World
Yeah.
Under Doom, whatever, which is
One
Age
world
of
under doom.
Apocalypse, basically. And then
No.
and just like I don't know. Do we just really just want Campbell to do this cover? Like, why is this cover? This has nothing to
Is
do with
this
anything. This is a Marvel Universe cover. This technically is a wraparound variant cover. This has nothing to do with anything.
are these just his covers all put together, or is this a
I
totally
don't
new
think
thing?
so. I don't know actually, because that's what Alex Ross does. I think no, I think you're right because I feel like that Savage
Yeah,
Rogue.
look at Daredevil. Daredevil's maximum
That's right.
mobility, sexy Flanders. So
That's right. That's right.
maximum mobility.
So these are all of his covers. Man, you talk about getting paid a bunch of times, man, because this is at least 15 covers. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So these are covers we haven't seen yet. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, some of these are covers we haven't seen. I mean, this is a really cool poster. If they're making a poster out of it, is this the cover for the Will of Doom?
This is cover C or something like that. Yeah, so this is a
Great.
one shot that they're
It's a good
doing.
double
Chip
dip.
Zarsky, and he's doing a storyline, the second storyline of the Captain America that I don't care. The news that the separate storyline is going to be a Doom storyline, and then yeah, 6 through 11 is going to be, I guess, coming out of that.
It's funny. Marvel was 9/11. It was the anniversary of the horrible 9/11 attacks, and Marvel was, of course, doing here's a couple pictures from our specials and our comics. Everyone talks about it. And it's like, there's Captain America at 9/11. I'm like, that's not continuity anymore, Marvel. Or is
That
it? I don't
eh,
know.
who
It's
knows?
this.
No, that's right.
No,
It's not
that's
correct.
right. Because
In Marvel continuity, for whatever reason, they allowed Chip Zdarsky to have him sleep through 9/11.
yeah, Captain America awakens in a
Why?
post 9/11 world. So stupid.
Why?
No thanks. Prove
No,
us wrong, Chip. Prove us wrong that it's not what we horribly think it is.
it's just going to be nothing. It's going to be just like the first issue of his Daredevil run. What, he killed somebody by accident. Okay. And it was just like the whole, and then just had him sad for 30 fucking issues, and then he quits, and then Elektra is Daredevil for a while. So I don't know. Yeah, this was just like, and this just I don't know why this is this variant cover. Yeah, I would like a poster of this. That's pretty fun.
It is pretty good.
That's good times. Hellboy creator. I'm trying to think if this character was ever in Hellboy. I'm not sure because this curious objects thing typically means that there's something in it, which actually is very Robert E. Howard because there's something we're going to talk about in reviews day this week that there's a ring in the story, and the ring is from like a Cull story. Like it's like what the fuck, like you know what I mean? It's like so it just kind of crosses over. But even that, like because that's what Robert E. Howard, like Blackstone, he did do this. He did have a character that went into a different time period. So the last year's storyline, basically, which you still have to read, is everyone just getting together, and he's kind of doing that with the next storyline, which probably has something to do with that Steve Costigan story, which I really want that. So, but yeah, so the more and more I learn about Robert E. Howard, the more and more I kind of feel like Magnolia on accident or on purpose is doing kind of a build for his universe. So, but yeah, if you have this from World of Hellboy up here, you got that little banner up there. Yes, please. And this is the guy
Yeah,
drawing it, which looks like a skinnier version of like a Mike Avon homie. You know,
yeah, I
I
can see
looked at
that.
this and I was like, but I feel like this person did one of the one shots. You read there was a one shot a couple weeks ago. You did read that? I didn't even read it.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
I
said it was
managed to
really good.
stay. Yeah, I liked it. It
Wow.
was
I
good.
think
Hellboy something or other. I forget.
yeah, and there was Hellboy, and yeah. So I mean, again, I really wish that Hellboy. movie, we should do like a Hellboy breakdown of the movie. I watched a video over the weekend where talked about uh, Del Toro's fight with the studios on the first film. That's why that John whatever. That's why like the audience surrogate member of BPRD was in there, right?
Oh,
Just to go like, you believe how crazy this shit is? Like every fucking scene. You believe this? You believe this? Like every fucking scene. And then they get John Myers, and then they got rid of him, and they just make a joke of it. Like, yeah, we sent him to Antarctica. They're like, is that just you saying that those fucking producers are not on this second Hellboy movie? And then the second Hellboy movie is too much a Del Toro film, which is chronicled in that the monsters documentary, the Magnolia documentary, which I believe is on something now for free. It's on Prime or something, so you can watch that. Anyway, but yeah, pretty excited about that. This is some variant covers for
I'll
X-Men Age of Apocalypse 2.
I'll take that. I
Very
love.
nice.
I've said on this podcast before. Super Sabretooth fan, always been one of my favorite X-Men villains. And when he became a hero in Age of Apocalypse, it was just the coolest version of him. Joe Mad
Yeah.
drawing him, Roger Cruz drawing him. It's a
Yeah, the
great Art
Wild
Adams
Child cap.
cover.
Yeah. And it actually just kind of made Wild Child interesting immediately. And then Wild Child, when it went back to regular stuff, and then Wild Child joined
They did like a weird
Alpha
Weapon
Flight,
X thing, X Factor.
X Factor. Right. That's right. With Matsuda, right? Matsuda.
Matsuda.
Jeff Matsuda. There's your splat cover.
Look at that.
The Wolverine's a really stiff though. I like everything else. I just think the Wolverine is a little stiff. I feel like the arm's strange, you know.
It's Platt. Platt's always strange.
Splat. There's your Mad cover. Yes, please. They're
Joe
all
Mad
fucking awesome,
drawing
dude.
Blink. Because he created Blink. That
Yeah,
was
right.
his own creation that he gave to Marvel. He
No,
gave to Marvel so they could kill her off.
no
And then
thanks.
and then when he started doing Age of Apocalypse, he's like, "Can I bring in my character?" And they're like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
So
Well,
good move.
and then they did what? That was Mutant X. Wasn't she a Mutant X? Is that time
She
right?
was in Exiles
Exiles. That's right. That's right. And they had years and years of Exiles. I don't
years.
I don't know if I ever read Exiles.
What? It's actually really good.
Yeah.
Plus, it's Judd Winnick for like 50 issues, and
Yeah.
it's Mike McCone and Mark McKenna. I think it was Mark McKenna on inks.
Yeah.
Definitely Mike McCone
Mike
pencils.
McCone. Mike McCone, very underrated.
Very.
Here's your toy watch. Here's your new. I'm going to read my own comic book here. This line, pretty
Look at
good,
that.
pretty
That looks
fun
like a
line.
new. That's an Exiles team right there. John Cassidy Beast. Right.
Yeah,
That is a very specific John Cassidy Beast. Is that John Romita Jr. Daredevil? Uh,
yeah. It's Born Again, Alan Davis, and then it's Buscema. Yeah, Buscema Silver Surfer.
Buscema.
Widow is that's Jim Lee's widow. Jim Lee's widow, and Rob Rob
Oh, stop it.
Liefeld's
Farrell.
Ferrell. There we go. Boom. I'm reading my own. I'm reading it.
Look
I'm
at
sitting
it.
down
There
and
she
reading
is.
it. Look at my butt.
I had a
Reading it.
rat tail like that once.
Yeah.
The late 80s were a horrible time for hair.
These packets, I have the ROM one, and they're really cool. Like there's no reason to take them out. I mean, really, it's the Silver Surfer's pretty. The Silver Surfer's pretty great though. I'm just hanging out and just reading it. They do a good job on these photos, man. I think that's pretty fun. Um, I guess that was his designs, or that design was there. No, that design was there, I believe. That's not his design. This is just like what made it famous.
Yes. Yeah.
Because that design was, I think of, that was a Frank Miller, and I kind of feel like someone put that on its
There's
back. I don't know if it was
Is there an image of her
Chodo.
reading her own comic?
Oh yeah,
There we go. It is Jim Lee's
they're like,
comic.
what am I doing here? What Captain America's not in this book. Not that. Not the three of us are. They're not together in that book. Is that correct?
Not as she's like a kid, right? Is it a flashback to like the 40s?
Yeah, I don't think she's in the beginning. I don't think she's in the flashback. I think it's Cap and Wolverine are in the flashback, and then
Oh
it's
no, but they save her. She's like a little kid.
I haven't read that in forever. That was like one of my favorites, one of my
Yeah,
favorite
it's
books.
yeah, that's where I'm like, yeah. Between Jim Lee drawing Captain America and McFarlane drawing Captain America in Amazing Spider-Man, I was like, why can't we get a great Captain America artist?
I think this is issue 3. Like that's the actual panel of the run. I'm gonna X
From
that in
from
because
the
I
Man
want to.
Without Fear?
Yeah, because I want to put that in. I was going to look it up, but I forgot.
That's fine.
X it in. because I want to plop it in and then I'll do the fade and a zoom in the in out. There it looks like it's really bad. I wonder what the comics are.
Not good condition, dude. He's probably keeping that in his back pocket.
Well, I didn't do the foil. That's not cool.
Not cool, dude.
Not cool. Where's the foil at? Maybe they did do the foil. No, it's not. But I just wonder, if it's in there anyway. That's from that's from 98 or that's from X Force One, the jump.
That's source one, yeah.
There you go. Do the jump in the thing. Do the thing. Put the thing in the jump. It's me speaking to editor Mark. That's pretty good. I feel like this design here needs to spread out more. Like this could have been like a slightly blue black background, like a darker blue maybe. I don't know. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't. I
Hmm.
don't like this. Let me go back to the other ones. Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
but you
I
got
make that bigger.
yeah, but
Make
you
it
got to
bigger.
put it under the
Make it bigger.
peg. You see the peg hole.
Oh, I see the peg hole. So yeah.
I
So
get
I'm
it.
just saying, like, you just
I know
gotta get
there's
in there.
something there. It's a dead space.
Yeah. Just it's not. Everyone's got to work a little harder. And you know what? Stop doing the fucking Comic Sans. There's so many fucking fonts. Don't do the Comic Sans.
Just because it's called Comic Sans doesn't mean you need to actually use it in
I mean,
comics.
is there so let's think about this. Is there one printing of this fucking thing? Because look, you have like English, French, Spanish,
Well, yeah.
German. So it's in
Yes.
five languages.
Yes. It's cheaper to do it that way.
All
That's why you
right.
only got to pay one graphic designer once.
Feral. Yeah, just this is just not come on. Come on. And doing these little dots, doing these fucking Photoshop dots is just cheap. Come on, man. Come on. Work harder. Here was the Pulse stream. Super Scroll doing the same Marvel trading card packaging, which the Death's Head 2 I have downstairs, or Death's Head.
That's very cool. There's a
That's
good
great.
Super Scroll. There's a good Super Scroll song by. There's a comedy band called Ookla the Mock. They're pretty good. Sound a little bit like They Might Be Giants, but they're very comic heavy. I guess they
But
call that style of music filk. So they have this Super Scroll song that's like just it's really funny.
it was on the Angus soundtrack. It wasn't on the Angus soundtrack,
Yes,
but
it
it's
was
probably
not.
similar to that. It's probably all this pop, 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 pop. Ugla the Mock is who? That was
From Thunder the
Thunder the
Barbarian.
Barbarian. Correct.
Yes.
Okay. And there's Champion of the Universe, which is the brother of the Collector. Does that sound right?
I think
I
so.
feel like all of them are together. So there's a two-pack, Tupac Shakur. So this is the Star Fox Champion
Oh,
Tupac Marvel Star Fox. Oh, so it has to be Marvel Star Fox. So whenever there's kind of an issue, they always put Marvel's something. Well, I
yes.
remember Marvel's Katie. I guess Katie is Katie's trademark or whatever. It was Aquafina's character and Shang-Chi. So it would
Yeah.
come out. Or even some of the Eternals, they had to have that. It was like Marvel CRC or there was something like that. A couple of the Eternals had to
Yeah.
be
If it's
called
like
that.
a Hasbro has to do it. Oh, maybe it's a Hasbro thing too, because they got to do like Autobot Jazz because you can't trademark the name Jazz.
Oh, I see. Right. Yeah, because Star Fox, I mean, it could be the Star Fox from Nintendo's. But that's fine. Pretty good. There's Harry Styles, so I guess we're never. Well, I guess that's never happened. No Harry Styles. They got two heads on there. Here's a fun two pack here: Deathbird Gladiator, two head on Gladiator, just one head on the Deathbird. One
Right.
head. Pretty fun. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. This I like. I like this is pretty fun. I think the designs of this is and was this in a game? Was this in a versus game or something?
I don't know.
Because
Oh,
like,
it looks like a video.
well, it's yeah, they do a video game background that's in there, but that looks very. I don't know that design. It's a very Steranko-esque.
It looks, yeah, it's very specific looking.
That's a very 70s, but I like the blue, but the blue clearly. So I wonder if I'm just missing, did I miss the video game that was in or coming from? Or was
That's
it a
very,
Capcom, Marvel Capcom, maybe? I don't know.
listen, that's so likely because we don't play video games.
But
So,
listen, good job, Hasbro on the photography of it. I think that's pretty fun. Here's some more staged McFarlane photography. This was the weird timeline. This was Batman incorporated with the light with the lit, which I hated this design. I never understood having the underwear over and still make it gray. It just looks bad. If it's not on paper, it looks bad.
right.
You know what I mean? Like that looks bad. It's like cover up Batman.
Black
Uh,
trunks.
yeah, very good, very good. Who's that? Is that Jim Lee's design? Yeah, Batman. Hattush, Hawunch, Hawunch. Is that a thing?
Hunch?
hunch. Um, there is who is this? This is Batman Earth 2 Society. What was that? Was that the was that the 52 Earth 2 book that like Nicola Scott did? I don't like this costume. No. No, thank you.
No, looks like he's got a bat stash.
Yeah.
Bat stash.
He's like a 70s cop. He's like a 70s cop Batman. All right. Mobius chair, that was a I think that's a Jimenez. I don't want Batman sitting down. Come on, man. And then you have Black Mask. What do they call this? Black Mask as Batman beneath the mask. I don't know if that was a storyline.
That seems like a lot.
Beneath the mask. That might have been a Tomasi Gleason. I don't know. I don't like it. No. And then your classic. I like that. That's good. But double down on that. There's no other marking on this. Double down. If you're gonna do this, if you're gonna do like a 66 shading, get into it. And that's a very good JSA. See, when they do stuff like this, though, it's like, well, I don't have a clock tower, like you know what I mean. So I almost wish they didn't do that. That's why I
Right.
like the Hasbro ones. The Hasbro ones are just like it's a blank, it's an empty void, it's a black space. Give me a blank space. Overstreet Price Guide goes over to somewhere else because that was under Diamond through Gladstone or whatever. So the Overstreet's been printed by Diamond for a long time. So it moved over to another people, Gemstone, new distribution. So someone has been working on it. I have an extra size, a big guide, which is it's they have a smaller hardcover, which is regular Overstreet size, which is a little bit bigger than a paperback. But then they have I have one that I got from Dan Hirsch, drop name drop, and it has a Afterlife with Archie cover. I only have it really for reference. I don't care about the actual thing, but this is kind of fun. You got a Joe Jusko after Cooper, but I can't think about. I'm gonna try to find that. I'm gonna try to find what this is after. I can't think of which one it's after. I think it might be harder to find because I don't think it's on a cover. So that sucks. I feel like it's a splash page. That's not a Kubrick cover. I have a Kubrick Tarzan run. I have a
Hmm.
complete. I'm just missing like some of the Nestor Redondo ones later on, but I have a complete Kubrick art. Great run. Dark Horse did a recoloring of that a couple years ago. Not great. Just find the originals, bind them. Like just the Tanaja Wood colors are good on newsprint, but once it got recolored and it's on flat, it just separates. There's no, I don't know. I don't know why. Yeah, there's one that I think I put on the Instagram a while ago, and it has the monkey god guy, and it says "I am God." I think, and it's real striking. And the coloring is no good, but good Jusco. Doesn't say who did this. It's probably it's John K. Snyder the third, which I think he kind of even feel like he's a Baltimore person. He's always down in Drew Grendel for a long time. He's always down at the Baltimore Comic Con. We may have covered this before. I don't remember seeing the EC Showdown Ladron cover large. I think it was
No,
only a
we didn't cover
thumbnail.
this.
But that's fun. And yeah, this has an Arcudi, Sebastian Cabral, don't know, but a Lapham in there. Tony
Tony
Moore,
Moore, look at that.
Tony Moore. You're reading all these, yeah?
I love them. I love anthology series and doing it EC style. They've all been hard. They've all been really good.
Yeah,
But I'm a big, like I said, I used to love picking up all the Bruce Jones anthologies from the 80s because they were always in the three for a dollar bins and quarter bins. All the
right.
Alien Planet and Twisted Tales of Terror and all that. They're great books. They
Yeah,
should be collected. They should really be collected.
they should be. Let me see. Hang on one second. Okay, so that's Kirk Allen. Where
But yeah, so this
where do
was
we think
taken.
this
It's a picture
is?
taken in I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a some sort of convention in LA or something
Phil
in the
Swoolman.
70s.
Yeah, it was probably LA.
But yeah, just it's to me this is so awesome because it's Kirk Allen who was the original Superman from the Superman reels from the 40s, and then I forget the actor name playing Captain Marvel, but that's from the Shazam TV series from the 70s. So this is like right, I guess around the same time as the Superman movie was coming out. Did that
Yeah,
Shazam show predate the Superman movie,
I don't think
or did
so.
it come out because of the movie?
I don't know actually. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Because Superman
I never
78.
watched those. 77, 78. I know
Um,
I always say 77,
you
but it's
do
not.
because you think of Batman 66.
That's right.
So yeah, like that's a good question. So when was like Wonder Woman? and when was Captain Marvel? Like we could just easily look it up, but it's better just to ponder it.
We'll just ponder it, you
Just
know?
ponder it. But yeah, cool. Kirk Allen.
My boy.
This is a company called Blockies, and they're blind bag items. They're small, and you actually got to put these together. They're like a bunch of little pieces that all snap together. And this is the chase for Hound because he's translucent because Hound does the holograms. So I figured I wanted to show you that right off the bat. That's the traditional one.
I love Hound. I love
Like
me
these are
some
just
Hound.
cool looking figures, and I kind of dig them. The they're a huge hit over in Japan.
Yeah.
There's probably like 100 of these already made, but this is the newest line. So I figured I'd grab a couple to showcase it.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, every time, I mean, Hound was probably the first ADHD situation that I had that I got screamed at for. Because that's why I took my Hound that I got and I went around the entire, not, I guess, a neighborhood, South Jersey neighborhood block, not like a city block, but kind of far. But I literally was on my
It's
hand,
still pretty big.
pretty big. But I was probably, it probably took 35 minutes, maybe more to go around the block, like on my hands and knees and just push this tiny car. And I was like, so what would that would have been? I would have been eight, seven,
Some
eight,
yeah, if not younger, seven or
85.
six. Well, Transformers
So
come out in '84, so you probably got it. Yeah,
yeah, seven.
fall of '84.
Yeah, but that's one of the first days I got like quote unquote like lost, and then just didn't have any kind of concept that I was not. People were in charge of me then. I do it now.
Yes,
I do it now. Like I never seem to go home straight. You know, I'll end up popping into five or six different things before I get home, just because I have just this brain that just cannot concentrate, as you can see. It's the same thing.
that's yeah, same line. This is Sludge, one of the Dinobots. They don't transform. That's
Oh,
the thing. They're just little basic little toys. Um, Sludge in dinosaur mode.
you
This
got
is
to
one
buy
of the few
two of them.
times. Yeah, you got to buy two of them. How dare they? I say good day, sir.
Good day.
But they're just cool looking. And this is the one that I have to get because for years I've been saying I want a little Unicron head to like be like a Christmas ornament or hang it up in your car.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, it's just
Can they make a variant with like his eye smashed out? You
they
know,
should. They absolutely should.
I don't know if they're gonna do that.
Um,
Is this one scaled bigger then? Do you think, or
no, same size. But what's interesting is they don't just stick to G1. Like they'll do Beast Wars toys, and they did a whole line for the movie Transformers One. And this Metroplex is actually from the video game Titan line. It's not the G1 Metroplex, but
okay,
it's still it's still pretty cool looking. Like I just
yeah,
wanted to show these off. Like these
yeah,
are neat
that
blockies.
was yeah. That I do like the little bend there. You know, it makes it a little more cartoony. You know, good times, good times.
Fun stuff.
All right,
Um,
everybody. So we got the plugs here. It is Syncretic Pulp, hashtag Everyday Conan. There is an Everyday Conan. I was going to maybe do a separate, like I need another project. I do not. I have like 18, 19 unfinished projects. But I was trying to see if I could find, but there is an Everyday Conan. It's just a person. It's just like, come on. But I might, maybe I'll try to get an Everyday period Conan and then just do Conan content. But I think what I have to do is I think on Sundays after the show, I just need to like photograph stuff for the week so I can do Instagrams every day. You know, that's the hard part. You know, you're super disciplined on that. I'm not, but this is actually kind of close to what we talk about on the show. Meaning, when I talk about like the influences, I talk about the way these are photographed and kind of irised is influenced by like the Chip Kid photographer that we always kind of talk about. Unfortunately, never credit, but the Chip Kid books of the history of Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, the complete history, the photography in that of just photographing old toys, old comics, or whatever. It just I've always liked that, so I feel like that's a big inspiration for me there. But my goal is in the universe now. Okay, I'm speaking into the universe when I manifest it.
you're gonna bring this into
Going to
fruition.
manifest it. Okay, I want to go next July to the Robert E. Howard Day in Texas, and so I wanted to just see how much I can do because they do this a lot, and this is the same thing with our goals. I think together is that I want to say let's just put it here. Okay, episode 101 because we did episode one is unceremonious because we didn't we're not really tracking the numbers that we're doing, but last week was 100.
That's crazy.
This is 101. So in episode 101, I'm going to say that we would like to be moderators at any con for something that we're interested in because we feel like we know much, much more than most of these moderators when we watch these panels, and I think even the creators are almost insulted that the moderator gets shit wrong. Okay, we like not John Suntress and all that, but a lot of times he gets a ton of shit wrong. So you shouldn't be recording
He,
it and releasing it. And it's like, and he asks people wrong or asks them like, did you ever draw that? And they're like, yeah, I fucking drew that. You know what I mean? Like I feel like if you have if there's an event and the person that is a celebrity and they're having an event, then whoever's the moderator should be an expert of them to a certain level. Should be
yeah,
prepared, should have questions. I guess I did my first unofficial moderation because no moderator showed up in a New Jersey North in a Comic Con up in North Jersey where it was Tony Harris and James Robinson together for the first time in years. And me and this other guy in the front row just kind of asked them questions. And then they just talked. But like there was no moderator. And he's like, I guess we're just doing Q&A because someone didn't show up. And I'm like, fuck, I'll moderate it. So yeah, which I have an audio recording of that. I don't know how good the audio is, but I should probably just put that out. Produce.
yeah, yeah. You should.
Produce, that was like 5 years ago. Anyway, but the fun thing here is that so this is kind of like my other one where I do the who's who in the Marvel universe, etc. But here's your Conan entry. Then they did a Conan Saga insert poly bag where it was black and white, and then they did a reprint of it when Marvel got it back a couple years ago. So this was the original official handbook to the Conan universe in 1985, I think it was, and this came out a couple years later, but it was same book, all black and white with an Ernie Chan painted cover. And then they reprinted it, and then I don't know why it's so much darker. I don't know what this is supposed to look like. Does it look like that? Does it look like that? Don't know. Don't know why it's all
That's weird.
sepia out here.
Weird
Anyway,
choice.
Conan the Barbarian official gave me a strong arm.
Look at that, dude.
I know they reposted it and all that, but I wonder again, that's kind of part of it. Part of it. So as I just start putting Conan content, Conan content, Conan content, and then I will be at a Conan. And then here's your Rob Messick. This is art not out,
Right.
never out.
On the Rob Messick Twitter page, I'm doing a Youngblood thing a day still. I haven't really done my other than Youngblood stuff, but sticking to the Youngblood a day. I'm building up to the Violator versus Bedrock miniseries. There is 4 ads for this book, and fifth if you include a Hero magazine cover.
Hmm.
So they really did try to promote this book. And what's amazing is, like, Liefeld got this idea because Todd McFarlane grabbed them first and said, "Hey, do a Violator miniseries." And Liefeld's like, "Wait a minute, Alan Moore's going to write a Violator miniseries? Then I'm going to ask them to do Violator versus Bedrock." And Alan Moore's like, "Yeah, sure, I'm having a good time."
How's he say? Yeah, sure. It's so weird to me. It was always weird to me even then
Yes,
that
because
Alan
he,
Moore got like the artist who would be working with Alan Moore would be like Joe Bennett or Mark Pazzarillo. You know what I'm saying? Like these
it's
guys are like, how dare you? You
I know
know?
Brian Denham had done like nothing before this.
Yeah.
Like I think he did like a mini comic
I've
of his own
never read this
character.
book. I never cared. I was like, I never read it. I don't
I
know.
I would love to read this book with Alan Moore's drawings. I'm almost positive Alan Moore drew an entire version of this comic, just like he did with Violator for McFarlane. I want to
Yeah.
read that book.
Yeah. McFarlane put out a new Violator trade for the first time with no extra material whatsoever. No
No extra
ads. There's a
material.
couple extra ads, a couple extra pieces of art.
There's a there's some beautiful Bart Sears inside image cover.
Yeah.
Um,
That's right.
and like you and I complained, some of the pages, it's like 95% digital, nice files,
Mhm.
and 5% shitty scans.
Yeah.
And the scans don't even look that good.
It's amazing. Yeah. It's really weird. It's really weird. Again, you can hire us. Just hire us. We'll make them better. We'll
We'll
make
figure
them
something
better.
out.
We'll make
Yeah,
we'll make the because I mean again, I just feel like Profit, Panosian Profit needs a really good trade. There's a
yeah,
ridiculous amount of promo artwork there. War Child work, ton
yeah.
of
I'm
stuff.
I'm pretty sure Liefeld's working on all that. It's just how do you take a scan and make someone buy a trade that's just scans of comics? Like
Well,
you really got to make it
Checker does it.
worthwhile.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I think now
and
when
it's terrible.
yeah, but I think now you can just keep working on them. Just keep filtering them. Just AI them. Don't do that.
So there's something.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, Maximum
Um,
Supreme.
yeah, we are in the middle of the Extreme Destroyer.
Newman, is that Newman?
It's everyone. It's Youngblood, it's Newman, it's Maxima.
Who's the little
Maxima?
guy in the back? Who's that guy?
That's that's not Rubble, is it? He's
So,
he's part of the blood pool. He's like a
blood
little tiny.
pool.
I know, blood pool.
That's a Pat Lee.
Pat Lee.
Man,
I
man,
know.
oh
Good job.
man, I did it.
So so having fun with this. We're still in the middle of a Lady Supreme is now fully formed. Kid Supreme's around. There's stories go like there's a different Supreme on another alternate Earth. It's a lot of weird stories going on at once.
Profit we seek, as it is a profit we seek. You
Well,
know?
the next page, which I didn't post yet today, is a profit pinup.
Yeah. Last tiny bit of news is that I'm on Global. I have Global Comics, which is kind of like a Netflix, and they announced something here that I'm curious on this because I have the DC app, which I spend, I think I buy a yearly subscription because I have DC Ultra, but I think Global's 10, 8 or $9 a month for gold, 9 or 10. But they're saying now that they're saying day and date. Listen, day and date's very tricky. Can't say day and date unless it means actual day and date, not 30-day and date. You should
They're
say
doing
30
day
day
and
and date.
date. Are they doing day and date with the DC app?
I don't know. You might be right. That's what I mean. It's a little vague on what they're saying here. The DC app does 30 days after there,
Right.
but they do the collections as they hit.
Do
The
do.
collections do come out as they hit. So if it hits stores and it hits digital, it's on that DC app, which I pretty much go to the deluxe editions, go to the last 10 pages, and then go backwards
Yes,
because
that's
I want
that's
to
what I do.
see.
I
Yeah.
what are the extras, and then I'll go
Yeah.
back and read the comic.
Right. And I probably have already read the comic. It's funny. I don't know what I don't know how money. I don't know how money works as far as like licensing because I have all these apps. I got Tubi. I got all that. I have everything.
Mhm.
But I feel like when I went to Tubi, no, I was on YouTube last night, and they're like recommended, and I don't even think this is on HBO Max anymore. They're like DC Justice League New Frontier cartoon. So I just kind of put it on the background right as I was doing shit.
Yeah.
Um, but I thought it was really crazy. I was like, why is this free on YouTube? I'm pretty sure it's not even on HBO Max. I think I looked for it recently and it
Uh,
wasn't there.
you know what's funny?
All
You're
Star
right.
Superman is not in there. All Star Superman
Uh,
is not on there anymore, I don't believe.
you, yeah, I was
HBO
having trouble
Max.
looking for what's the the- I am totally blanking on everything right now. There was a DC animated movie that like I couldn't find on HBO Max, and then yesterday I'm on YouTube looking at something else, and then I see it over to the side like this movie available on
Isn't it
YouTube
Man of
with.
Tomorrow? I don't think Man of Tomorrow is on there. That's what I was
uh,
looking for. I was looking for Superman Man of Tomorrow. There was a cartoon that DC did a couple years ago, original. Lobo's in it. It's Lobo and maybe Booster Gold and Superman. And
Oh,
it's
it's the Darwin Cook movie,
yeah, that's what I just said. The New Frontier. New
the New
Frontier is,
Frontier.
yeah, it's not on it's not on HBO Max, but it's on YouTube for free. So, but
Right.
here's your Tubi picks for the week. This is what they think. Now that I've watched so much stuff in Tubi, they're recommending things to me. So here we go. We got I forget who that's at. What's her name? Land. She was like an '80s like heartthrob chick. So, Doctor
Okay,
Alien sounds good. Santo Fist of Death
that
sounds
sounds good.
good. Right? She don't know. That actually looks exactly
She
like
screams in silence.
is that Valeria? That may actually be. It actually looks like Valeria, and she dyed her hair brown. It looks so sounds good to me, but like a Krull or a Five Fisted Doom, I don't know. Fucking
I don't know.
cool. Star Odyssey, Outlaw of Gore. There's Jack Palance. I think I know about this movie a little bit because I remember that Jack Palance. I think I saw a clip of Jack Palance doing shit. Star Odyssey sounds good. They know exactly what I'm doing. So my recent thing last night, I just kind of had this on. First off, this chick is the cutest. She's Frazetta's granddaughter. The
Wow.
last couple of years, she does these videos once a week, and there was an Edgar Rice Burroughs like kind of dissection of Frazetta. Frazetta was a very interesting guy, and there is a Frazetta documentary I'm trying to find that was like a 2 disc DVD. I don't know if they ever did a digital of it. This was years ago. They did a DVD. All right, that's all. That's all the news of the O to week. News O to week.
It's good.
Uh, everyone have a great time out there. You know,
Read your comics. Check out your news.
reviews
News it
day.
up. That's what I like to
News it
say.
up. Reviews day coming. We got lots of reviews, special things, and we'll see everyone real soon.